Today I'm going to show you a drama thriller film from 2023, titled The Retirement Plan. Be ready for spoilers ahead. The film opens with Jimmy and a wounded Mitch urgently pushing to their getaway vehicle. Ashley, Jimmy's wife, is at the steering wheel, urging Jimmy to rush Mitch to the hospital for help. Mitch succumbs to his injuries, tragically plunging Ashley into a whirlwind of terrifying emotions. Jimmy, trying to maintain composure, instructs Ashley to drive to the pier. Once there, Jimmy passes a USB drive to his wife, intending to keep her and their daughter safe from the turmoil caused by the menacing Mafia Gang. Concerned for their well-being, Jimmy advises his wife to take their daughter to her grandfather's house, while he plans to lay low at their former residence until the situation calms down. Jimmy directs her to board Mitch's boat while he steps aside to make a quick call. On the call, Jimmy informs the person on the other end that the job is complete, he has the drive, and he also pleads for protection for himself and his wife. It's revealed that Jimmy has stolen a portable drive from Donnie, the formidable boss of the Mafia Gang, furious about the theft of his USB drive by Jimmy. Determined to retrieve it, Donnie orders his men to locate Jimmy and recover the device. Reacting swiftly, Donnie's men ambush and arrest Jimmy as he approaches his old house. Ashley, following Jimmy's advice, sends only their daughter, Sarah, to her father with the USB drive in her school bag. Ashley decides to stay back, but as she attempts to leave the airport, she encounters some of Donnie's men, halting her departure. Simultaneously, Sarah arrives at her grandfather's house, only to find him asleep. Despite being her grandfather, Matt fails to recognize Sarah initially. However, upon showing him a family photo, Matt realizes her identity and warmly welcomes her. As Sarah settles in, Matt offers her refreshments, prompting her curiosity about why he had never visited her family. Matt explains the strained relationship with Sarah's mother, stemming from the passing of her grandmother 15 years ago, which created a rift between them. Sarah then revealed to Matt that her parents couldn't accompany her due to some undisclosed problems. Her mother abruptly instructed her to go alone once they noticed they were being followed by men at the airport, leading her mother to delay her arrival for the next day. Meanwhile, Donnie intensifies the pressure on Sarah's mom, persistently demanding information about the whereabouts of his USB drive. Initially, Ashley remained tight-lipped, refusing to share any information. However, when Donnie threatens to kill Jimmy, Ashley discloses that their daughter possesses it and is staying with her grandfather on the island. Without wasting a single second, Donnie selects two of his most trusted men, General and Bobo, to retrieve the USB drive and take Sarah's mom along. He sternly warns Sarah that any dishonesty or defiance would result in Jimmy's jeopardy. Adding a twist, he tasks Bobo to menace a knife on both Ashley's and Sarah's throats once the drive is secured. Ashley lands in the Cayman Islands with Bobo and General, all geared up to retrieve the hard drive. However, luck doesn't seem to be on her side, since Matt and Sarah are nowhere to be found. Matt and Ashley's strained relationship comes to light. Over the years, they've lost touch, and Matt's dedication to his government contract work left little room for quality father-daughter bonding. And in fact, Ashley had gone to the extent of telling Sarah that her grandfather was no longer alive, illustrating the extent of the disconnect. This lack of connection and emotional support led Ashley to sever ties and relocate to Miami, seeking a fresh start. Upon his early retirement, Matt sought solace in the Cayman Islands' peaceful surroundings. After their lengthy conversation, Matt and Sarah headed home. Much to their surprise, they found Sarah's mother accompanied by two unfamiliar individuals. Matt advised Sarah to stay in the vehicle while he politely approached them, assuming they might be tourists. However, the situation took a drastic turn when the general abruptly brandished a gun, demanding the whereabouts of a USB drive. In the ensuing struggle, Matt had to fend off the attacker, resulting in the death of one of Donnie's close aides while Bobo fled in Matt's vehicle, unaware that Sarah was hiding inside. Following the chaos, Matt attempted to console Ashley for her daughter and sought to understand the full story behind the unfolding events. Ashley then revealed that her husband used to work for Donnie, a ruthless underworld figure. However, Jimmy desired to break free from Donnie's grasp, but the crime boss had threatened their family. Eventually, Jimmy managed to acquire a USB drive containing Donnie's illicit activities. Meanwhile, Bobo is asking Sarah about the missing USB drive's location. Sarah speculated that it might be the same one her mother had secured in her school bag. Bobo tried contacting Donnie to inform him of the failed mission and the death of his colleague at the hands of Matt. Upon learning of the situation, Donnie became infuriated and decided to dispatch more of his men to aid him. The scene shifted to a hotel where Matt and Ashley took refuge, contemplating their next moves while ensuring their safety. Matt stepped out onto the balcony and contacted his CIA contact, briefing the agency head about Donnie's threat to his family. He sought more intel on Donnie's background and the extent of his danger. The CIA chief assured him of providing further information later. Upon returning to the hotel room, they were surprised to find Bobo present in the opposite room, who attempted to reassure Sarah and advised her not to act suspiciously. Soon after, 3 of Donnie's men arrived at the hotel to meet Bobo. Accidentally bumping into Ashley as she headed out, she swiftly returned and alerted Matt about the lurking threat outside. Thinking on his feet, Matt ordered Ashley to quickly open and close the door just in time before confronting one of Donnie's men. Matt then directed Ashley to descend using a rope, while Donnie's other men forcefully breached the room's door. As Ashley descended, they realized the breach, compelling Matt to defend against the intruders while still holding onto the rope. Eventually, Matt and Ashley made a swift escape from the hotel. While on his way to get drinks, Bobo was shocked to learn of his associates' deaths. Rushing to the hotel balcony, he spotted Matt and Ashley preparing to leave. Bobo immediately contacted Donnie, informing him of the men's demise. Learning this news, Donnie's irritation escalated, leading him to devise a plan to personally intervene with his remaining subordinates. The scene transitioned to Matt and Ashley visiting one of Matt's former comrades, an ex-Special Forces expert skilled in handling explosives. Matt sought his friend's assistance in accessing the contents of the USB drive. Upon examination, they uncovered substantial evidence exposing Donnie's criminal activities. Following this discovery, Matt tried once more to contact the CIA chief for further insight into Donnie's level of danger. The CIA head revealed that Donnie's gang operated as a sophisticated criminal syndicate involved in illicit activities such as contraband trading, human trafficking, and illegal arms dealing. However, the complexity deepened as Donnie had a highly menacing superior named Hector Garcia. Hector is engaged in a heated dispute with an employee and instructed her to proceed to the beach. Unfortunately, a small mistake by the employee triggered Hector's wrath, leading to threats against the employee's beloved. Not long after this incident, Donnie and his cohorts arrived at the island to retrieve their USB drive. Before launching their attack, Donnie received a tip about Matt and Ashley's location. He encountered Bobo and instructed him to eliminate Sarah, disregarding any doubts Bobo might have had. Donnie and his men then made their way to the ship where Matt and the others were based. Aware that they weren't dealing with ordinary individuals but rather highly skilled Special Forces experts in infiltration, Donnie emphasized the need for vigilance. The crucial information guiding Donnie's actions came from Hector, who had collaborated with the CIA's deputy director. Meanwhile, on board the ship, Matt and the group understood the imminent threat outside. To ensure safety, they secured Ashley in a room, instructing her to remain there until the situation became safer. Shortly after, Donnie's men attempted to throw grenades onto the ship, but one of the grenades inadvertently caused a leak on the side. This triggered panic in Ashley, who called out for help, but there was no immediate response. Matt and his friends stealthily started eliminating Donnie's men one by one to counter the imminent danger. Meanwhile, Bobo was escorting Sarah to a location where she was intended to meet a dire fate. Just as the situation was about to escalate, Sarah bravely resisted and successfully managed to escape. Returning to Matt and his friend, they found themselves in a dire situation, facing off against Donnie's men in a fierce shootout. Amidst this chaos, Matt's friend got injured. When Sarah heard her mother's distressing scream, she hastened to open the ship's door. Simultaneously, Bobo, closing in on Sarah, aimed to harm her. However, Sarah managed to open the door, and Ashley acted decisively, firing her weapon and ultimately bringing down Bobo. They all departed the ship together, including the surprisingly surviving Matt's friend. Yet their respite was short-lived as Donnie unexpectedly emerged, shooting him and coercing Ashley and Sarah to accompany him. Later on, Matt urgently rushed to the hospital to aid his injured friend while contacting the CIA chief. He informed the chief about Donnie taking his family but remained unaware of their location. The CIA chief speculated that Donnie might have taken them to Hector's residence. Unbeknownst to them, their conversation was being monitored by the deputy head of the CIA, who was involved in a conspiracy with Hector's group. Later that evening, at Hector's house, where Ashley and her daughter were being kept, Hector herself proposed a deal to Ashley that she'll let Ashley and Sarah go if Matt gives her the USB drive he has. But if he refuses, she threatens to kill Ashley and Sarah. Outside Hector's house, her men were on high alert, expecting Matt to attack. As anticipated, not far from Hector's place, Matt is preparing his weapons. Soon after, a car crashed through Hector's gate, prompting Matt to take down the guards. Just as Ashley and Sarah came out looking for Matt, one of Hector's men tried to shoot him. Fortunately, Matt wore a bulletproof vest and defeated the man. He quickly moved toward the trees to evade Hector's other men arriving. As Ashley and Sarah try to escape from the room, they encounter Donnie, who again forced them to go with him to confront Hector. Matt methodically eliminates Hector's men outside. However, he eventually found himself trapped by Donnie, who demanded the USB drive containing evidence of their group's crimes. After Matt handed over the USB drive, Hector asked Donnie for the drive. Donnie unexpectedly shot her since he was sick of her recklessness, especially because the drive held valuable bank passwords worth millions. Just as Donnie was about to eliminate Matt and his family, he was killed. The person responsible for Donnie's demise was the CIA head who arrived with her deputy. The CIA chairman asked Matt for the original USB drive, knowing Matt wouldn't comply easily. When he finally got the drive, she unexpectedly shot her deputy. It turned out the CIA chairman knew about her deputy's plot with Hector's group. Simultaneously, the CIA chairman's older brother approached Matt and thanked him for dismantling Hector's group and securing the USB drive. He revealed his plan to run for mayor, armed with evidence of the previous mayor's wrongdoings on the drive. Exposing this would ensure his victory in the next elections. The official also promised to ensure a good life for Matt and his family as a token of gratitude. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.